Wellness for Life is brought to you by Back in Motion Physical Therapy, Gothenburg Chiropractic Clinic, MAHUBE-OTWA Community Action Partnership, Natural Alternatives, and Lakeside Sports and Pain Clinic.
Welcome to Wellness for Life. Today we have Lisa Mystic with us from MAHUBE-OTWA. She is the Community Engagement Manager there. Lisa, thank you for joining us today.
Thank you for having me, Raina.
Yes, so today we are going to talk about the Advanced Child Tax Credit. I know I recently got a check in the mail for my two kids, and I didn't know what it was, honestly. So what do you want to tell us about the Advanced Child Tax Credit?
So what I'd love to tell everybody about is it's part of the new American Rescue Plan that was signed earlier this year with the Biden administration. And the intent is to bring more children out of poverty. And about close to 80% of families in the United States qualify for this. So the child tax credit was increased overall. However, what the advanced payments are about is you will receive half of the child tax credit monthly, July through December, and then the other half of the payment will be when you do your taxes next year. And married couples making $150,000 or less a year qualify. Single head of households make $112,500 qualify. So there's a great majority of people that are qualifying for this. The difference in the payments, briefly, are if you have child 0 to 6 years old, you're getting $300 a month, July through December. And then for every child 6 to 17, you're getting $250 a month, July through December.
And so you said that was increased from last year. And so did you say $3,600? So
the total child tax credit for one child 0 to 6 years old is $3,600. So you'll get $1,800 with your tax return, but the other $1,800 is split into 6 monthly payments per child.
Sure. So instead of in previous years where you get the one lump after tax time, this is going to be split up. So you're not going to get that full $3,600 next April or next spring, right?
That's correct. And here's the little nuance to be aware of. If you have filed your 2019 or 2020 tax return, or you have already done that non-filer's tool to make sure you've captured your economic impact payments, then you don't have to do anything and these monthly payments will arrive. However, if you'd rather have that lump sum or you've got other tax consequences going on within your household, you can go in and opt out of the advanced child tax credits payments.
Okay, and so I'm guessing that would all be done online?
Yes.
And if I don't have online access, what's my options?
That is our biggest concern because as MAHUBE's mission is to help bring people out of poverty, those experiencing poverty don't have access to computers and the internet. So I think the easiest thing for them to do is to give us a call here at MAHUBE. If any of those folks are already working with a Head Start family service worker, those are good contacts at MAHUBE. They're aware of this advanced child tax credit because we want to make sure everybody who's eligible to get those payments gets them.
Yes, and it's nice to talk to somebody. We were talking before, and that there are kind of frequently asked questions on the IRS site. And if anyone is like me, I don't always get my questions answered by reading the frequently asked questions. So we can call MAHUBE, correct?
Absolutely. So our new tax program line is 218-396-0071. Sometimes it's reassuring just to talk to another person to make sure you got your facts straight and to maybe talk about your situation. I've already talked to some tax clients who have a new baby and they're wondering about that. So you can go on to managing tool, or someone can help you go on to that managing tool at irs.gov to update your address or update the fact that you have a new child so that you can qualify for everything that you need. I really want to put the caveat out there, and I've warned some folks close to me already. if you have a situation where you're divorced and you trade off either year for claiming your dependents, whatever last tax return was filed, that's the person that the IRS knows has claimed those dependents. And so if you claim them and then you're getting the advanced child tax credit, but technically this year your ex-spouse would claim them, you aren't necessarily eligible for that money. And if you're accepting it without being eligible to, you'll eventually have to pay it back. That's my long way of saying is that if you have a situation where you're trading off who gets to claim your children as dependents, take a look at that, talk to somebody to make sure, because that might be a reason for you to go on to that managing tool and opt out of the advance.
And for someone like myself, I've already received a payment. Can I opt out in the future, even though I've already started receiving them?
You can. I double checked that this morning, and that same managing tool where you can update your information is you can, even if you've received a payment or two, you can opt out of receiving the rest of the advance payments, because everyone's tax situation might be a little different, and maybe you'd rather wait and get that lump sum and see what your tax situation is when you file your return. Sure.
Well, the main thing here is if you have any questions to give Lisa and Mahube a call. They are great. They have their tax service during tax time where you can actually go to them and they can help you do your taxes. And I've said this in the past, when I was single and first moved to Detroit Lakes, I utilized that service and it was so helpful because I did try to file my taxes on my own and I ended up paying in. So that shouldn't have been the case. So yes.
Well, and the other thing I want to offer is that, we do encourage you to try to do things on your own when you can. And so even if folks don't have access to a computer or internet, if they have a friend or a loved one who does, we'll put on the screen here the websites. There is websites for the non-filer tool and the managing your information tool, all on irs.gov. And all the information that you need about the advanced child tax credit, we'll put that website on the screen here for folks to utilize.
Perfect. And as always, if you have questions, like I said, give Lisa and Mahube a call. Lisa, thank you. And thank you for the services that you provide to help our community.
Well, thank you for having me. And like I said, we always want to get the word out that we're here to help, because if you think about it, somebody with 2-3 kids getting $500, $750 a month, that is enough to move the needle for a situation, and especially having just gone through the pandemic. I want to add that this is just for this year, unless somehow things get signed into something more permanent. But this is just a 2021 thing right now, as far as we know.
All right, Lisa, thank you so much. And again, thanks for doing what you do.
Yes, thank you.
Thank you for watching Wellness for Life. Brought to you by Back in Motion Physical Therapy, MAHUBE-OTWA Community Action Partnership, and Natural Alternatives.